Discover the untamed beauty of Mongolia, a land like no other. Mongolia is one of the most fascinating and remote countries on Earth, where ancient traditions still rule daily life. From the endless steppes to the harsh Gobi Desert, this land is home to breathtaking landscapes and resilient people. It's the last place on Earth where true nomadic culture still thrives, unchanged for centuries. In Mongolia, you'll find eagle hunters, throat singers, and herders who move with the seasons just like their ancestors did. This is a country where wild horses run free and the sky seems to stretch on forever. Despite its rugged conditions, Mongolians are known for their incredible hospitality and deep connection with nature. It's a land full of mystery, adventure, and stories waiting to be discovered. If you've ever dreamed of escaping the modern world and stepping into something raw and real, Mongolia is that place. This is just the beginning. What you're about to see will blow your mind. You're watching Taste the World with Thomas. If you enjoy this journey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more eye-opening travel stories. 15. Mongolia, one of the world's most isolated nations. Mongolia is one of the most geographically and culturally isolated countries on Earth. Landlocked between Russia and China, it has no access to any ocean, which limits global trade and travel. Much of the country is made up of vast, untouched wilderness with few paved roads. Outside the capital city of Ulaanbaatar, many areas have little to no modern infrastructure. With a population density of only 2 people per square kilometer, it's one of the emptiest places on the planet. Many Mongolians still live a nomadic lifestyle, herding animals and moving seasonally across the steppes. This sense of isolation has preserved their ancient customs and way of life. Tourism is still developing here, which means visitors often experience raw, authentic Mongolia. But that same isolation makes life incredibly tough, especially during harsh winters known as dzud. Despite it all, Mongolians have a strong sense of independence, pride, and survival. What do you think? Could you live somewhere this remote? Share your thoughts in the comments. 14. Greeting in silence. The quiet respect of Mongolian culture. In Mongolia, greetings are subtle, quiet, and deeply respectful. Instead of loud hellos or big smiles, Mongolians often greet each other with a gentle nod or a simple touch of the hand. There's very little physical contact. Hugs or kisses are rare, even among close friends. This is not coldness, but a reflection of their value for personal space and inner peace. Mongolians believe in showing respect through calm, composed behavior. In traditional settings, especially in yurts or gers, visitors must enter quietly and wait to be acknowledged. Even small gestures, like passing an item with both hands, carry deep meaning. Interrupting someone or speaking loudly is seen as rude and disruptive. This calm and mindful approach to social interaction is rooted in centuries of nomadic and Buddhist influence. It's a beautiful reminder that sometimes silence speaks volumes. Have you ever been somewhere where people greet each other this quietly? Let us know in the comments. 13. Mongolia's women. Stunning, strong, and surprisingly single. Mongolian women are known for their beauty, strength, and independence, but many of them remain unmarried. This is not due to lack of interest, but because they are highly educated and career-driven. Women in Mongolia outnumber men in universities and dominate many professional fields. They are proud, self-reliant, and often prefer to focus on personal goals over traditional roles. Rural life and old customs still influence men, while women increasingly embrace modern values. This gap creates a cultural tension where many successful women struggle to find equal partners. In cities like Ulaanbaatar, it's common to meet women who are smart, stylish, and living alone by choice. They challenge stereotypes and are reshaping Mongolian society in quiet but powerful ways. Yet, Many also carry a deep sense of longing for connection without compromising who they are. This unexpected social shift makes Mongolia's gender dynamics both fascinating and complex. What's your take on this cultural change? Drop a comment and join the conversation. 12. Unmatched hospitality. Mongolians might even share their bed with you. Mongolians are famous for their extreme hospitality, especially toward travelers. In rural areas, it's common for strangers to be welcomed into homes without question. Guests are treated with deep respect, often being offered the best food and warmest sleeping spot. In some nomadic communities, it's even traditional for hosts to offer their own bed, or in rare cases, even their spouse, to show complete trust. While this ancient practice is fading, it still reflects how sacred hospitality is in Mongolian culture. Visitors are never left outside, regardless of who they are or where they come from. Refusing such kindness is considered deeply offensive. This level of openness stems from centuries of surviving in harsh, isolated environments where helping others meant survival. To Mongolians, guests are not a burden, but a blessing. It's a radically generous worldview that surprises many outsiders. Would you be comfortable with this kind of hospitality? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. 11. The no-bathing tradition. Ancient hygiene in a harsh climate. In Mongolia, not bathing regularly isn't seen as dirty. It's a practical choice shaped by nature. Temperatures in winter can drop to 40 digs, making washing nearly impossible without heated water. For centuries, nomads survived without daily showers and used smoke or scented herbs for cleansing. Traditional beliefs also warn against bathing during certain times, like after childbirth or during specific lunar phases. Many Mongolians still believe that water exposure during extreme cold weakens the body. Instead of soap and hot water, people use felt cloths, fermented milk products, and incense for body cleaning. Despite what outsiders may think, body odor is rarely a problem thanks to diet and climate. Bathhouses and modern bathrooms exist in cities, but in the countryside, old ways still dominate. To Mongolians, cleanliness is about balance with the environment, not soap and water. It's a lifestyle that shocks foreigners, but makes perfect sense in the context of Mongolia's unforgiving terrain. Does this tradition challenge your idea of hygiene? Share your opinion in the comments. 10. Life beneath the surface. Mongolia's hidden underground homes. In Ulaanbaatar, thousands of people live in makeshift homes below the surface of the earth. These underground shelters, known as gers basements or simply dugouts, help residents survive brutal winters. Temperatures often plunge below 30 and 22 dig, and many families can't afford heating above ground. By living underground, they use the Earth's insulation to stay warm without high energy costs. Some of these homes are just pits with roofs, while others are surprisingly organized and livable. This hidden population is mostly made up of rural migrants who came to the city in search of work. Unable to afford rent or heating, they turn to the only option available, digging in. Authorities often ignore or deny the existence of these shelters, creating a shadow society beneath the capital. It's a silent crisis few outsiders know about, revealing the hardship behind Mongolia's rapid urbanization. Yet even in these conditions, families survive with resilience, resourcefulness, and hope. Did you know people lived like this in Mongolia's capital? Comment below and share your reaction. 9. Mongolia's wildest market, where you can buy camels, Soviet junk, and even old tanks. Ulaanbaatar is home to one of the most chaotic and fascinating flea markets in the world, Naran Tool, also called the Black Market. This massive open-air bazaar sells everything from traditional Mongolian clothing to antique weapons and livestock. You can walk past rows of camel saddles, military gear, animal skulls, and even old Soviet-era tanks. Need a horse, a bow, a fur coat, or a satellite dish? You'll find it here. It's not a tourist trap. It's where real Mongolians shop for real life. There's an organized madness to the market, with sections for meat, leather, electronics, and even ancient tools. Bargaining is expected, and prices can vary wildly depending on your charm and haggling skills. It's also a cultural melting pot, where nomads, city dwellers, and collectors all collide. But be warned, pickpocketing is common, and you won't find many English signs or helpful directions. Still, if you want to see Mongolia raw and unfiltered, this market is an unforgettable experience. Would you ever shop in a place like this? Tell us in the comments below. 8. A seasonal mystery. Why Mongolians marry in summer but give birth in winter. In Mongolia, most weddings take place during the summer months, when the weather is warm and roads are passable. But strangely enough, many babies are born in the dead of winter, especially between January and March. This pattern isn't a coincidence. It's part tradition, part biology, and part survival strategy. Nomadic life is easiest in summer, making it the perfect time for large celebrations like weddings. Couples then conceive during the early months of marriage, resulting in winter births. In Mongolian culture, being born in winter is often seen as a sign of strength and endurance. Newborns that survive the brutal cold are believed to grow up more resilient and lucky. Some families even plan births around astrological calendars to ensure good fortune. Hospitals in Ulaanbaatar get incredibly busy in winter, handling a sudden spike in deliveries. It's one of the many ways nature and tradition shape the rhythm of life in Mongolia. Do you think being born in winter makes someone tougher? Share your thoughts in the comments. 7. Whistling shepherds, controlling livestock with just a tune. In Mongolia, herders don't just use dogs or sticks to guide their animals, they whistle. This ancient technique is passed down through generations and is unique to different families or regions. Each whistle has a specific meaning. One might call animals in, another sends them out, and others signal danger. The animals, especially goats, sheep, and yaks, learn to respond like they're trained pets. It's a communication system that doesn't rely on shouting or stress, just sound and tone. Herders say it builds a peaceful connection between human and animal. In fact, some say the animals can recognize their herder's whistle from miles away. It's also practical. Whistling travels far in the open steppe, making it ideal for large pastures. Today, even with access to modern tools, many nomads still prefer whistling to herding with machines. It's a beautiful reminder that simplicity, when done right, can be more powerful than technology. Could you train animals with a whistle? Let us know in the comments below. 6. The ger, Mongolia's timeless and portable home. The ger, also known as a yurt, is the traditional mobile home of Mongolian nomads. It's a round, collapsible tent made of felt and wood that can be packed up and moved within hours. Despite its simplicity, the ger is warm, wind-resistant, and perfectly suited for Mongolia's extreme climate. Families move several times a year, setting up their home wherever their livestock can graze. Inside, it's surprisingly cozy, often with a stove in the center and beautiful hand-painted furniture. The layout follows specific cultural rules. Men sit on one side, women on the other, and guests are seated with honor. The ger isn't just a shelter, it's a symbol of nomadic identity and freedom. Even in modern Mongolia, tens of thousands of families still live in gers by choice. They represent a lifestyle that's minimal, mobile, and deeply connected to the land. It's one of the world's oldest examples of sustainable living. Could you live in a portable home like this? Share your thoughts in the comments. 5. Mongolia's Navy, a naval force without a sea. Believe it or not, landlocked Mongolia has a navy. Yes, really. With no oceans or even large rivers, their navy operates only on Lake Kvsgol, a freshwater lake near the Russian border. At one point, this navy consisted of just a single tugboat and a handful of officers. The most famous of these officers served well into his 70s, often the only crew member on duty. His boat carried cargo and sometimes tourists across the lake, symbolizing Mongolia's proud military spirit. Despite its comical scale, the Mongolian Navy is officially part of the armed forces. Today, the Navy is mostly ceremonial, but it still exists on paper and in local legend. This quirky fact shows Mongolia's dedication to preserving even its smallest traditions. It's one of the few navies in the world to operate entirely on inland water. And yes, sailors even wear real naval uniforms. Would you join a navy without a sea? Let us know in the comments below. 4. Ulaanbaatar, the coldest capital city on Earth. Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia's capital, holds the record for being the coldest capital city in the world. Winter temperatures regularly drop to 40 degrees and 40 degrees, making life here a daily battle against the cold. More than half the population lives in the capital, braving conditions that few cities on Earth can match. The air is often filled with thick smog in winter, caused by coal heating in the surrounding gers districts. Yet, the city continues to grow, with modern skyscrapers rising beside traditional yurts. The bitter cold shapes everything: what people wear, how they heat their homes, and even what they eat. Schools sometimes close for weeks, and children are bundled in layers just to step outside. Locals have adapted with resilience, making the most of hot soups, warm vodka, and heavy boots. Even though the weather can be brutal, the spirit of Ulaanbaatar is warm and welcoming. It's a city of survival, contrast, and deep cultural pride. Could you handle living in the world's coldest capital? Drop your answer in the comments. 3. Tsagaan Sar, the Mongolian New Year of blessings and respect. Tsagaan Sar, meaning white moon, is Mongolia's Lunar New Year and the most sacred holiday of the year. It marks the end of winter and the beginning of spring, symbolizing purity, renewal, and good fortune. The celebration lasts for several days and includes massive family gatherings, traditional clothes, and lots of food. Before the big day, homes are cleaned from top to bottom to sweep away bad luck. On New Year's morning, families perform the Zolgok greeting, a respectful ritual involving outstretched arms and special words of blessing. People visit relatives in strict order of seniority, starting with the oldest family members. Traditional dishes like booze, steamed dumplings, mutton, and milk tea are served endlessly. Gifts and money are exchanged, and children receive treats for reciting good wishes. The entire holiday is deeply rooted in Mongolian spirituality, history, and community values. It's not just a party, it's a soul-renewing event that binds generations together. Have you ever celebrated a new year this rich in tradition? Share your experience in the comments. 2. Mongolia's hearty cuisine, built for survival, not just flavor. Mongolian cuisine is simple, heavy, and built to survive one of the world's harshest climates. The diet centers on meat, dairy, and flour, especially mutton, beef, and horse meat. Vegetables are rare outside the capital due to the short growing season and nomadic lifestyle. Dishes like korkhog, meat cooked with hot stones, and budog, goat cooked from the inside out, are both meals and experiences. Fermented mare's milk, called airag, is the national drink, sour, slightly alcoholic, and definitely an acquired taste. Soups like tsuival, noodles and meat, are common and served hot to fight off the cold. Food is often shared communally and eaten with the hands, especially in rural areas. Because of the nomadic lifestyle, preserving food through drying or salting is also essential. While it may not be gourmet by Western standards, it's deeply tied to Mongolia's land and traditions. Mongolian food is about nourishment, strength, and surviving extremes with a full belly. Would you try fermented horse milk or hot stone mutton? Let us know in the comments below. 1. Life on a budget. Mongolia's surprisingly low cost of living. Mongolia offers one of the most affordable lifestyles in Asia, especially outside the capital city. In Ulaanbaatar, you can rent a decent apartment for as little as $300 a month. Outside the city, many people still live in gers, which cost little to maintain. Public transportation is cheap, and local taxis often charge just a few dollars per ride. Food prices are low, especially for meat, flour, and dairy, all locally sourced staples. Healthcare and basic education are subsidized by the government and widely accessible. Many Mongolians rely on bartering or self-sufficiency, particularly in rural areas. Entertainment and dining out are modest but affordable, with meals costing under $5 in local spots. While wages are also low, the simple lifestyle balances it out. For those looking to stretch their budget, Mongolia offers both economic freedom and cultural depth. Would you consider living in a place like this for a simpler, more affordable life? Tell us in the comments. Final thoughts. Travel documentary. Mongolia isn't just a country, it's an entire world of untouched landscapes, ancient traditions, and a way of life that defies modern expectations. From sleeping in gers beneath the stars to sharing meals made for survival, every corner of this land tells a story. It's a place where time slows down, values run deep, and nature still sets the rhythm of daily life. Whether you're drawn by the mystery of the nomads, the raw beauty of the steppes, or the simple wisdom of their customs, Mongolia will leave you changed forever. If you enjoyed exploring this incredible country with us, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to Taste the World with Thomas for more mind-blowing journeys, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an adventure. We'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell us which fact surprised you the most, or which country you'd like us to explore next. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and never stop tasting the world.